Hi, I'm Rashonda. I'm the creator of this YouTube channel as well as the artbyro.com website where you can find over 200 art and drawing tutorials. Today's video I'm going to be drawing some mummy eyes. These are so much fun. There's so many different ways you can make them. Different colors, different types of eyes. You can add some teeth to them. A lot of different ways. So today we're going to be making one of those. I'll be using artist trading cards like I usually do. You can check out the description box if you're not familiar with them. And I'll also be using markers, but you can use whatever you want. Well, let's go ahead and go on over to the art studio and get started. All right, today I'm going to be drawing these fun little mummy eyes. So many different ways you can do them, which I really enjoy. Anything that has a lot of nice variation to it. So we're going to start by drawing the bandages. And I'll do a couple of lines. So this is going to be a strip of bandage. This one up here. And then we'll come down over here. And you can do these wherever you want them on your paper. I'm using an artist trading card today. I like doing my drawings on artist trading cards. And then I'm going to come across this way. So what we're doing is creating an area with the bandages. And then we're going to put the eyes in the middle of all of this. So obviously when you draw your bandages, they can go however you want. You can make them all different directions. But at the end of the bandage part of this, we want some areas for the eyes. And then the eyes are going to go in here in this opening. And you can make the eyes however you want. I like making them nice and big. You can, excuse me, clean up your drawing a little bit if you need to. And you can draw the eyes symmetrical. You can draw one bigger than the other one. You can draw one with like these swirls instead of drawing an actual eye. We could go like this. And just kind of connect that so it's round. Or you could draw another eyeball. Doesn't really matter. Some options there. So I have my two eyes drawn out. I have the bandages drawn out. And that's really all there is to this drawing. You could do your picture this way. Like I said, you could do the eyes the same. You could do them two different sizes. You could also add in a second area. It would work better if you had it this way, where you would have the eyes, the opening for the eyes, and maybe down here an opening for some teeth. That's another option that you can do. So now when we do the bandages, we want to make it look like they're a little bit tattered and torn and not in the best condition, because if they're bandages from mummies, they're going to be ripped up. And we'll do this by breaking up this line a little bit. Same thing with this one. You can make these lines thicker, you can make them thinner. So we just want them to be uneven to make them look a little bit older and weathered and not in good condition. We'll just do this for each one of these. Just breaking them up a little bit. And you can vary how much you tatter up these. You can make some actual like strings hanging off of them if you want. A lot of different options here. It'd be fun just to play around with that a little bit and try some different things. So just going right over where the pencil lines were, but making the line a little bit more uneven. That's all we need to do there. Then going over the eyeball. And this is going to be black. Doing the swirl. And again, you can make the swirl eye. You could just do a regular eyeball. You could do them different sizes. You could do them like kind of wonky looking. Make them looking in two different directions. So we're just gonna darken these up a little bit, make these wider, a little bit wider. And that's up to you how you like to do your line work. I usually like my lines a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna do that here, and you can do all of them, some of them. Doesn't really matter too much. And then another thing you can do, and this is optional, is you can add some hatching or cross hatching with your pen and add some shadows in here. Just to make some variation in the background, give it a little bit of texture, shadows, a little more depth. And again, that's optional. You can add that in there or leave it off. Just depends on your own personal preferences. So I'm gonna finish that, speeding it up a little bit. And then the area in here is going to be black. And then I'll take my block eraser and clean up all the pencil lines. And I'll be back with you when I have those things finished. Okay, so I have that all done. Got it cleaned up a little bit. And now I am ready to add some color with the markers. So I have yellow for the eyes, kind of a yellow gold combination. And then I'm using a brown for the bandages. So with my markers, what I like to do is put the lightest color down first, and then do the darker color over that, and then use the lighter color to go back over top of it and blend it out. I'm going to do the same thing with the spiral eye, using this yellow and gold combination. Usually with my artist trading cards, because they're smaller, I'll use 2 different markers. But on a bigger drawing, you'd probably want to use at least 3. And you can do one that would be a lighter value, and then a middle, and then a darker would be your 3 different values that you would use. So I want to do the same thing with the bandages. I'm going to use this light brown to put a base down. And then I have a darker brown that I'm going to add in here. Give it a little bit of variation. Break up the color a little bit. Maybe do it on all the edges. And this is where you get that variation in there again. There's tons of different ways that you can do the color on here. Try different things. See how it looks. And I like to try something a little different each time. Just play around with it, experiment a little bit, see what it looks like. So I'm going to do the same thing, working in small sections so that the marker stays wet so that the colors will blend together. Because once that alcohol evaporates, you're not going to be able to blend your colors together the same way. And you could put some in the middle too if you wanted. See what that looks like. You could try creating different types of texture. I'm going to do the same type of technique all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up again, and I'll be back when I have that done. Okay, so I have that finished. Last couple little final touches on this. These mummy eyes, I like to put some light gray on the edges of the white of the eye here. To add a little shadow in there. And then another thing, this is optional, can add like some little, kind of like these stitching marks in here. Just adds a little bit of extra detail. Sometimes it's the littlest bits of detail that can make the biggest difference. So you don't have to do this. Sometimes I add them on, sometimes I don't. But it does add a little more detail to it. And then the final bit is I like to use a white Jelly Roll pen and add some white over top. And then you can also do a little bit of white around these little stitching marks if you want. Again, optional step. kind of doing the same thing as the black, just adding in a couple of these little lines in here. Breaks up these bigger areas a little bit. And that's gonna be it. Add a little bit down here. That's it for these mummy eyes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you feel inspired to make your own. And I will see you next time. Happy creating! Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you feel inspired to make some of your own mummy eyes. If you did like the video, please give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to get notified of future videos. And before you leave, check out that description box. There's some information in there for you. And I will see you next time. Bye!